All right, we're going to watch this video by KRS-One, and I don't really want you to pay attention to the hip hop aspect of this, but I want to see if you notice a technique that is used. He's going to talk about colonialism, but this applies to the Western marriage and dating scene as well. Pay attention to it and see if you notice what he's saying and how it applies to men and women.
No, rap is sold out. All house slaves look better than the field slave. Colonialism has a tactic of taking the criminal element of a society and exalting it as the leadership. And this is how all cultures, how they did us as they came in. They don't take the king or the queen of the culture and exalt them because you colonizing their land, you taking what they got. They'll take the one who is the lowest level of your culture, disgruntled, can't follow principles, don't care about history, and bless them. And bring them up before the people. Now, because you went with the lie, and the lie looks good, the lie is paying. The lie is giving you prestige, you getting popularity on the lie. Yeah. There's only one place that lie can take you. One place. And that's to your self-destruction. To my own detriment as well, I don't play the game. So if I lend myself to the game, I might be able to be heard a little more. Yes, I will say that. But to lend yourself to a corrupt game only corrupts you. So I don't lend myself to the corruption because I can see it. But what's the result? Hip-hop looks like its title.
All right, so just in case you haven't come to a conclusion yet on where I'm going with this, let's look at Genesis and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. And Eve and Adam in the garden, okay? Eve was told, Adam was told by God not to eat of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. And it was Adam's job to tell Eve not to do the same, which we know he did do that. But notice who was coming into the land and who was colonizing, so to speak. Who was doing the colonizing? It was Satan, the serpent, right? And the serpent was wanting to conquer the land, so to speak. He was wanting to conquer Adam and Eve. So how is he going to conquer Adam and Eve? By elevating the lesser or the lower party. Now, KRS-One here is talking about elevating the criminal element or the people that are lower on the hierarchy structure. And by elevating them above even the monarchy he was talking about in the land, the king and the queen, by doing this, there's that aspect of resentment. They'll go in and they'll when you elevate the criminal element or the lower element, they have this despise or disdain towards the leadership because they're not in positions of power. So naturally, they're going to want to beat that power down. This is why societies, when they go in, when they colonize them, they go in and they elevate the criminal element because those people conquer their land, and the colonizers don't ever have to even exercise they don't have to lose anybody. There's no bloodshed on their part. The people naturally do it themselves. So think about this in the form of marriage. What has the serpent done in the West in elevating the woman above man, saying that you don't need a man, the man is the oppressor, he's the one holding you back, and you're smarter than him and you don't need him, right? So they've elevated women above men. I mean, you even look in the movies now and you can have a woman taking on 20 different guys, beating them all up. And there's this one movie, something about home invasion romance. It's a home invasion romance movie, and the woman protects the guy, and the guy is just a complete pussy. And that's exactly what we see happening in like the Marvel movies. We see women coming to the rescue. So by elevating women and putting them in a position, elevating them above their natural order, the man being their head, and elevating them to that status of having authority, then they resent that authority structure and begin to beat it down and then conquer it. So this is how the West is being won over by our captors, is by um, elevating the criminal element. We see this in not just rap music. You see this. I mean, look at all the files that are coming out, right? These are the people who are running our country. These are the people who are um, our police chiefs, our lawyers, our doctors, our judges, governors, congressmen, presidents, generals, you name it. Okay. So by elevating the criminal class or the lower class and elevating them above, it's actually creating destruction within, and eventually the complete collapse of a society. And that's what we're literally witnessing right now, is the collapse of society. Not necessarily the men alone, but specifically in the homes where we see women being elevated above men. We see the destruction of the home and the falling apart of the family unit, and the reproduction of that from generation to generation, where boys today look for a woman like their mother, who is, bitchy, controlling, nagging, unhappy, domineering, and the women are looking for pussy husbands because this is their normal. So they're going to look for what's their normal. And in doing so, they marry it and they're unhappy. This is why the women, they'll marry a guy like their dad and then they'll divorce him, and then they'll marry another guy like their dad and they'll divorce him, until they finally run into a real man, which, few women might, but the vast majority will not. But the same principle of colonialism is being done within the home, within the structure of society, elevating women to a position of authority. And it's causing problems, and it will cause the collapse of society, because we already see the birth rates falling, because women naturally want to be with a strong man. But if you eliminate that, you elevate them to a position of authority, they're not going to be attracted to the men anymore, because that's the very thing that they're attracted to in a man, is the fact that he has authority. And they're taking it away and giving it to the women. Now the men, to be fair, the men have to give it up. Like, just because this is being pushed on society doesn't mean that men have to go along with it. So just wanted to share this with you. Thought this was a really good video. It is very much in line with the things that I've been saying. The gardener, if the woman is the soil and it needs tilling by the man, you remove that aspect, then there's no tilling taking place. There's no growth taking place. So we have a society of dysfunctional men, feminine. I say men today are more like dysfunctional women, and women today are more like dysfunctional men, because men act like pussies and women act domineering. So anyway, hope this video finds you well, and we'll see you in the next one.